Thank you very much, all the participants. I'm really very happy to see so many of participants here today. And of course, why not? The topic is so hot, and the speaker is hotter. We have identified the best speaker on the subject. So definitely there will be a lot of encouragement for all of us. I request all of you to go on mute, other than the people who are speaking. This is Chandra from Registered Office, Computer Society of India. May I request our President, Dr. Gautam Mahapatra, to set the tone, please.
So, good morning and
Sir.
welcome. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
So, my warm welcome to all the participants, CSI Jobi, CSI fraternity, students, professionals, and the speaker for this webinar. And see, this webinar is very important from the present perspective, the way we are operating. See, post-pandemic, actually, though pandemic is still not over, we are operating mostly starting from our banking to day-to-day life, school, college, our professional life, everything on cyber. So this cyber aspect is it is a very important aspect for our day-to-day life. And the most interesting is that, as Mr. Sanjay Mahapatra was telling, the cyber has got two dimensions. One is the technology dimension and other is the legal dimension. And luckily, our beloved friend, who is also from our CSI fraternity, today's speaker, Mr. Anuj Agarwal, he is having both the dimensions. So he carries with him both the aspects of it. So I am sure that this talk will be very, very relevant to the audience, to the student community, and to these professionals. See, actually, we have started the webinar from CSI side. I think this is the third or the fourth in the series. And I thank Mr. George and others who have actually propagated that thing among the various branches of CSI. So, and slowly, I am seeing that more number of participants are coming, and we wanted to facilitate especially students and the professional community on the upcoming technology area like this. Today's topic, actually, cyber security challenges and opportunity. It is actually very relevant. See, we have seen a couple of months back during the pandemic, top pandemic time, that how the attackers they went deep inside the systems of various organizations through SolarWinds, exploiting the vulnerability of SolarWinds. And that actually it opened our eyes that what can be the security challenges if there is a vulnerability in your IT infrastructure. Okay, so this was a eye-opening targeted cyber attack. So that has actually given us a lot of technological inputs that how weakness in the cyber system, weakness in the cyber infrastructure, how it can create the problem. And see, every problem comes with challenges and opportunities. So, see, there are also certain technologies which are helping the cyber attacker, the cyber criminal, as well to the cyber defender. Say, as for example, say deep learning based or AI assisted technology. See, AI assisted cyber attack, it can create a havoc in any cyber system if it is not properly protected. Similarly, using the AI, you can build up a very, very almost on time, real time cyber defense system. This is our experience. See, when a packet is entering into the network, enterprise network, how it is moving, how it is collecting the information, where all it is creating, what all data it is collecting, all those information you can get through AI and deep learning, and on time, real time, you can make the protection mechanism. So that type of thing is also there. And there are certain technology which are coming in this arena. I'd like to mention that quantum communication and quantum encryption actually. The quantum key distribution is a major technology which will change the cyberspace. Okay. Then say blockchain technology. It will be one of the important area for building trust in the internet. So presently this privacy and trust is a major challenge for cyber security. See that we have to ensure that CIA confidentiality, integrity and authenticity of the data. So these are one of the major challenges, and a couple of other technology.
To say a few words before I go and introduce the speaker.
So thank you, Chandra, and thank you all the people. And thank you very much, Anuj, for just accepting this invitation and then doing it. I think today, for the last 3-4 days, the parliament has been just totally halted because of this Pegasus or something. It is a known cyber attack, and we are having so many unknown cyber attacks. And we are vulnerable. And being in the cloud, we really do not know where we are, where our data is. So what you are doing is a wonderful thing. We expect that you will just continue the same thing to take it more closer to the children. Thank you. All the best.
Yeah, thank you, Rajgaru. Before we proceed further, let me take this opportunity to introduce today's speaker, Shri Anuj Agarwal. He is Google ranked #1 cyber expert, public speaker on cyber law in India. He is advocate in Delhi High Court and Supreme Court of India. Certified Data Privacy Solutions Engineer, Chairman for Research on Cybercrime and Cyber Law, Cybercrime and Economic Offences Investigation Advisor to various law enforcement departments and police units. And incidentally, he is the founder chairman, Computer Society of India, Noida chapter. He is former member of expert committee on IT, corporate law and small and medium enterprises. Assembly of Associated Chamber of Commerce and Industry of India, ASSOCHAM. Expert speaker on Rajya Sabha and Doordarshan and several other TV channels and news media. He will be speaking on cybersecurity and data protection, challenges and opportunities. Dear participants, let us make the best out of his talk today. You will not find a better speaker than him on the subject. Please do not hesitate to ask questions. Use chat to post your questions and we will take them forward. Please keep your devices muted. Sir, Anuji, the floor is yours for next 45 minutes and then we will take the questions.
Good morning and thank you for inviting me. It is one forum where I always wish to be. CSI is so near and dear to my heart that whenever I get an opportunity to do anything for CSI, I am game for it. Despite all negativity spreading around and certain personal interest, CSI had been at the forefront of all those who want to contribute to the social cause. So I always see a CSI as a melting pot where one and everybody can contribute immensely. And that had always been my interest, my motivation to join CSI events. And I also unhesitantly mention that my entire journey into cyber world was actually initiated using the CSI. So it was the CSI forums which somehow motivated me to venture into this field, and I have come now so far. So I feel again very happy to be with fellow friends, CSI friends. Friends, there is something very important going on, and there are two aspects to this. Number one, in the digital age, the collection and storage of personal information are essential. Data is used by all businesses from insurance firms and banks to social media sites and search engines. In a globalized world, the transfer of data to third countries has become an important factor in daily life. There are no borders. Online and cloud computing means data may be sent from Berlin to be processed in Boston, stored in Bangalore. And that is how India's IT industry, which was initially nurtured by CSI, by trainings, guidance, and by making it relevant in the government circles, we have come so far. But there is another aspect which is now becoming very, very critical to be taken care of, which nobody initially thought is going to be that important. That our own information, and this is in the words of Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, our own information is being weaponized against us with military efficiency. Every day, billions of dollars change hands and countless decisions are made on the basis of our likes and dislikes. Our friends and families, our relationships and conversations, our wishes and fears, our hopes and dreams. These scraps of data, each one harmless enough on its own, are carefully assembled, synthesized, traded and sold. Now, this is the another aspect. So one aspect is, yes, globalization has helped transfer data. Cloud has made it really cheap and possible for anybody to work from anywhere. 24/7 availability of data, whether you have air conditioning in your office, whether your office is very well connected to internet, okay, and from wherever you are operating, you become a global citizen by keeping your data, by keeping your programs, everything on the cloud. But the other challenge is that the scrapes of data, and we should not be forgetting the scandal of the Facebook data, Cambridge Analytica. They took the data from Facebook for some kind of a research project, but they thoroughly misused that data and created a real scare. In fact, the CEO of Cambridge Analytica in a public forum claimed that the kind of data analytics he has gone, that he can create the person out of the data. It is not the person the data he is keeping and his profile he is keeping. He says he has got so much data and so much capability that he can create the person out of the data. So he knows so many tidbits, small information about individual, that he can create an individual out of the information. It is like creating Lord Kush. So Kush, the second son of Bhagwan Shri Ram, was created from Kush, the grass. So ऋषि ने छोटा छोटा ग्रास लेके एक पूरा बच्चा बना दिया. तो ये कैम्ब्रिज एनालिटिका का सीईओ बोलता है कि आपका इतना छोटा छोटा इट्स लाइक योर सेलुलर इंफॉर्मेशन ही इज हैविंग and he can create a man or a person out of it, and exactly they will be same. So this is the another aspect we have got today in this world. Now let me just look at what the cyber crime is and how it is happening and the type of cyber crimes very quickly. In any case, I know all of you are fellow professionals and very well aware. Now I just give you an aspect which is important and which is slightly different than what we typically see in our life. And as a professional, should be knowing it and we should be following it. So what is a crime? A crime may be defined to be any act done in violation of those duties which an individual owes to the community. So it is not what is directed or what is mandated by the law. It is a duty which we all owe to the community, and for the breach of which the law has provided that the offender shall make satisfaction to the public. Now what is that? A crime or public offence is an act committed or omitted in violation of a law forbidding or commanding it, and to which is annexed upon conviction either or a combination of the following punishments: death, imprisonment, fine. Now the other two are very, very relevant, critical and important for all of us as individuals, professionals and socially acceptable human beings: removal from office or disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust or profit. You see, it so happened in the Ramayana Yuga that one fine day Bhagwan Shri Ram asked Lakshman ji to be on the guard and do not let anybody come in, and if that happens, the punishment would be death. while this meeting of Bhagwan Sri Ram was going on, Rishi Durvasa happened to be there. And he said that he wanted to meet Bhagwan Sri Ram, Raja Ram right away. Obviously, it was in order. So Lakshmanji said no. Durvasa was very angry. He used to be angry all the time in any case. So he said, I am going to burn Ayodhya to ashes. Now Lakshmanji thought one is his own death punishment, another is the destruction of Ayodhya. So he said, okay, let me die, but let this Rishi go and at least save the Ayodhya. So in the court of Bhagwan Shri Ram, it was crystal clear that the punishment to Lakshmanji is nothing less than the death. While a lot of courtiers said no, he should be pardoned, etc., or maybe given a letter or a different punishment. But Bhagwan was very clear, adamant, and saying that there is absolutely no way that he, being my brother or a fellow who has helped me in the wars, etc., he cannot get a lesser punishment. Punishment is already decided. So Hanumanji said that, my lord, death is not only that somebody is killed by hanging or something. Death is also that if he is removed or if his honor is taken. So if Bhagwan Shri Ram Lakshman ji ka त्याग कर दें, Lakshman ji को त्याग दें, it will be equivalent to his death. So he was removed from office. He was disqualified to hold and enjoy the office of honor, trust. Profit obviously was never a motive for him. And Lakshmanji became so sad that he actually committed kind of a suicide by getting into the river. So a crime and its punishment is very, very important for all of us to understand. Okay, let's move on. That why so much cyber crime is happening. The question is why so much cyber crime is happening and why we are discussing it. Obviously, the criminals commit most of the crimes because of the financial gain they want to make. So maybe 90% crimes are because of the financial motivation. Rest may be social and other motivations. People do some crimes. Well, where a financial crime will happen, where the value is. जहाँ कहीं पर भी पैसा होगा, criminal वही जाएगा. So one of the favorite places for a criminal would be banks or somebody who would have become rich. So that is the motivation of the criminals. Now, why criminals are becoming cyber criminals and attacking data? That is something which we all need to understand. And the reason is data is the new oil. The reason is data is the new oil. Data is the valuable item, the most valuable item. Just look around Zomato. They have recently gone for an IPO. Huge valuation. Paytm, even Baiju, which is just a training organization started by an individual some 10 years ago. Today it's valued at $16.5 billion. Baiju. What it is? Almost owns nothing. Look at Ola, Uber. They own nothing. They have absolutely not even a single car as their own. Look at Flipkart, Amazon, Obayo. They own nothing. Just a platform. Which CSI people know very well, that for 5 lakh rupees you can create a similar e-commerce platform. These are actually available as open source. So you can simply go and start working, just hire a couple of techies and they will set it for you. So yesterday somebody was telling me, look, this is because of the idea or the technology. I asked a couple of venture capitalists, they said these ideas are good for nothing. They are not even the valuable to the paper on which they are written. Everybody has 100 ideas. We all have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ideas. If we are sitting here in this meeting or otherwise in a dining room, we can have 5 ideas, 10 ideas given. And you know what happened? Somebody asked that what is the national character of India to Bhagavan Shri Rajneesh. And he said it is the preaching. We are very good at preaching. So whether we have knowledge or not, you ask an Indian, he will start giving a lecture on any subject. Starting from sex, which is, obviously the pornography and the sex. And then obviously cybercrime is another favorite topic these days. You go to the internet or LinkedIn, you will get at least 100,000 profiles of the cyber experts, and their profile will say thought leader. So I one day asked one of my friends that who are these thought leader people here? They say basically people who have got no job, nothing, and they have been thrown out of wherever they had been. They are getting no place to sit even. So they are the thought leaders on the internet because it costs you nothing. Nobody can really say you anything. Because even a dog can be a king on the internet. Who knows? So the value is now there in the data. Since the data is such a valuable item, obviously the criminals are also targeting all these data stuff. Wherever it is, whatever it is. Now, what is that value? The question is, I can call my stuff valuable because I own it. You can call your stuff very valuable. I want to sell my second-hand car for 20 lakh rupees. While the market says it is only 2 lakh rupees. So this value thing is always a perception. It has absolutely no meaning. So I can call that, okay, the data I am having or the idea I am having is valuable to the tune of $1 billion. But who decides that value? It is decided by the market. It is decided by somebody who is putting some money, the real cash out of that idea. That is the value. So if somebody is willing to buy my car, the second-hand car, say at 4 lakh rupees cash, that can be said to be a value. Somebody, a good friend of mine said, look, it is such a nice car, you imported some time back from so-and-so country and it has got such a nice interior, etc., etc. So it should not go less than 20 lakhs. Absolutely has no meaning. Because value is what the hard cash is. So there is a very interesting piece of research done by IBM, the Ponemon Research Institute, and for last 7 years continuously they are doing this. For 7 years they are doing this, and one of the chief component of that is to find out the value of single set of data. So say for example my personal data, sensitive personal information, what is the value? So this is my question to this August House. What should be the value of say your personal information? Anybody, any answer? And all answers are correct. Please don't worry about the wrong answer. Anybody, please. Let's make it a little interactive. What do you think is your value? I mean, let me put it so straight. Your data is because out of your data, profile of yours can be created. So what is the value?
So it also depends on the context. For example, my value to a school is different from my value to a market for a retailer.
That is all fine, sir. Today I am coming to your house asking for your data and what is the value you are going to put it. Simple. And I am not going to tell you who am I. I am saying I am a social worker or whatever. I would like to present myself as somebody who is very poor, who cannot give you much. Obviously, that is how the market is all about. No, the buyer would like to buy at the least price and the seller would like to sell at the highest price. What is the value you put to yourself? Any number?
I don't know, sir. First time these are intriguing question. I need to think about it.
No, I think this is the question we should all be asking. Somebody says that Baiju is $16.5 billion valuation. Okay. Today, Flipkart, after they have been sold to Walmart, they sold to Walmart at the valuation of $16 billion. And today they are claiming it is in excess of $25 billion. Fine. Who am I to say yes or no? But there has to be some basis. Those who are putting money into this, I'm sure they are smart people. It is not that they are rich people and they are not smart enough. I mean, obviously they are smarter than all of us because they are rich also. And so what is the value you would like to put? Mr. Kulu, you want to say something? Very short answer. Your mic is off.
Sir, meanwhile, while he is getting ready, Suppose, I am offering myself as a groom for a marriage, then dowry, that's one number.
Okay.
And or I'm, applying for a job, then I rate myself and say, I'm expecting this. But on the other context, it's very difficult to gauge.
Sir, I am not buying you. See, when you are talking about dowry, you are actually selling yourself as a human being. Your entire life you are putting at stake. Okay, because once you are sold in the dowry, you are gone for the next 40 years. I am not buying you as an individual. I am buying only you as a profile, only data. So you can again go and sell to other people also. In a dowry, when you are selling yourself one time forever. So that is a very different context. You marry again. No, you cannot. I mean, marriage is, I can sell yourself again. Let me put it correctly. So that is a different context. Anyway, let me keep it short and answer myself at this point of time. Somebody says probably 0. And that is what a very negative answer, somebody putting himself as a 0 value. I think you value yourself something like 200 to 500 rupees, because when somebody sends you a nice message that we will give you a 500 rupees coupon, free coupon, you can buy anything out of that, kindly fill up this form and XYZ information they are asking, and you think it is doing nothing since morning, 500 rupees is not a bad thing. And he says, okay, so Manas Patnaik is slightly greedy, he is saying 10 crore. Okay. सर डाउरी में कितना मिला था मानस साहब जो आप 10 करोड़ में डेटा बेच रहे हो, ईमानदारी से बताना. How much was sold for the life? 10 करोड़ को तब भी देखिए. I don't know if you are belonging to some Raja Maharaja. I am not putting less of your value, but typically this is not the going value in the market. तो मुझे पता है इतना वैल्यू तो नहीं है.
तो कुछ तो पैसा मिल जाएगा आपको ना.
हाँ नहीं 10 करोड़ तो नहीं है, डाउरी का रेट इतना तो नहीं चल रहा है. So let's put it right context, and we need to quickly wind it up also. A lot of things to be discussed. So when somebody sends you a message or anybody sends a message, 200 to 500 is the typical coupons are given, and person's profile is got by the company, which is a very typical way of collecting data. Now, this Ponemon research, after doing a global research and a lot of industries, type of people, things like that, they have put this value to around $154 per person. And that is the starting point for the valuation of data. That is the starting point for the valuation of the data. So, for example, today Flipkart is valued at X or Byju is valued at Y. Basically, it is the starting point is that how many people data they have got, how many people have become their active customers or shown interest or interacting with them. Either they are already a customer or they are likely to become a customer. What is the kind of value those customers are likely to bring in? So that is how you look at the data. So if you look at Byju's database, or if you look at Flipkart's database, or if you look at Amazon India's database, that is how their valuation is done. So if that database is so much valuable, obviously the criminals would be looking at that with a lot of keen interest. And I am not saying that they are also not putting a lot of security. Yes, they are putting security. If they are putting then security, then how it is getting breached? Okay, now this is my technical question. We have mostly technical people out here. It is very reasonable to believe that such a valuable database they have created, they have obviously taken good care of this database in terms of securing it. What is the likely reason that it gets breached? Anybody? आप लोग अपने घर में ताला वगैरह लगाते होंगे रात में या खुला ही छोड़ देते हैं?
We lost that.
Any idea?
You have to do the
Yeah,
valuation of the valuation.
What Dr. Sudhakar is saying?
Of whatever we have. Based upon the
Yes.
capital.
Yes. So how do you think this data is getting breached?
Based upon the value of the matter. So if the value is very high, the database is very high.
No, that is true. But what can be the reason that data is getting breached even after security is getting put?
It's a financial gain.
There
or
is
social gain. Financial gain
Pardon?
or social gain. Social gain or financial gain. For that data is breached.
Okay, so how data is getting breached? Let's again go to Ramayana.
Yeah.
Somebody says due to weak password, etc. Okay, there is nothing called weak password. All passwords are strong unless I really know it.
It is basically when a
I
person
may be drawing a very.
it's basically when a person shares his data with others.
So what is it?
It could be the passwords, it could be the security, or it could be the device.
Until unless
Yeah, we can share the OTP also. OTP we can share and
okay.
get breached.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to say something. I'm just going to quote again from Ramayana, and I think it will make the situation very, very clear to all of us. In Panchapati, when this Marich came as a golden deer and all the chase, etc. happened, and Marich impersonating Bhagwan Shri Ram asked for help, Sita ji asked Lakshman to go help. So while leaving, Lakshman said, there is a Lakshman Rekha. Mata Sita, please do not go out and nobody can come in because this is the firewall. And do you think it was possible for anybody, including Ravan, to cross that? Absolutely no. Even Ravan tried to come in, but he immediately realized that this is a Lakshman Rekha, this is a firewall, absolute security is there, so there is no possibility of crossing it. So what happened? Sita ji came out of that security. So if somebody who is inside the security is breaching from inside, what the security system can do? Nothing. After all, so what is the weakest link in any security, including cyber security, is the employees. It is the human being. So I am sending you a mail to Chandra Dasata, $1 million, just click it. You get it. You will look at left, right. You will just see if there are no friends around. You will look at if George is not around. You will say, boss, click it once. Maybe it clicks. And I get whatever is being promised. Even if it doesn't click, okay, I am there wherever I am. Without realizing that my phone is getting compromised, my computer is likely to be compromised, my data is going to be compromised, my OTP is getting compromised. And that's all. My security is breached. I am gone. Just once. So I keep on hearing a lot of complaints from people saying, sir, we never shared our OTP. And they are true. They haven't shared the OTP, but they have shared the screen. We all know the TeamViewer, the AnyDesk. So somebody called up saying, I am calling from Paytm or I am calling from ICICI Bank. Your account is in risk and we are from the security department helping you to secure your account. Kindly download this app immediately. He said, oh, okay, let me do it. He does it. And he does what? He downloads AnyDesk. Now after that, do I need to really ask for the password, username, OTP, nothing? I can see the screen. Right now I am seeing the screen of those people whose camera is working. So I know where you are sitting. You are sitting in a bedroom or you are sitting in the drawing room. I mean, this is no more a secret to me.
Yes.
Or it is not a secret to me that I have a curtain behind me and there is a cupboard. I mean, this is no more. So you need not ask me, sir, is there a curtain in your house? This is an open secret now because it is so much visible. So that is what is happening. Now how it is happening? We are getting so many offers in the morning through the WhatsApp. I just saw one message in somewhere. It says because of the COVID, 3 months recharge free. xyz.reliancejio.com something. And people are circulating it like hell. It is marked as forwarded many times, which shows it would have been forwarded thousands of times. Obviously, people will be clicking it also. Those who are forwarding, so they would be first clicking it, using it, and then forwarding, thinking that they are doing a great service to the nation. Do you think the Reliance Jio or Ambani is out there? Ambani is not running Computer Society of India, serving the humanity with computing and training. Ambani is running Reliance India to make zillions of dollars for their shareholders and themselves, for himself. It's fine. It's a known thing. There is nothing wrong. It is an open secret that he is running a business for profit. I should not feel bad. Computer Society is an open secret that is a non-profit society. Whatever profit even it makes, it is not going to ever distribute it to members. It is going to keep that profit within the society and for further cause and the purpose of the society. I mean, that is how a non-government NGO, a society is different from a business. People are thinking suddenly Ambani has become benevolent and he is now giving you free recharge. No. All these links are malicious links. They are downloading malware, rat into your computer, your mobile, collecting data and using it for crypto mining and various kind of cyber crimes. You know, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, huge numbers. And obviously, people are making a lot of noise about Pegasus. Pegasus is successful because we are letting that Pegasus in. Pegasus is not डकैत चंबल के डकैत नहीं है कि वो गन लेकर आपके घर में आ गया and you could do nothing. It is only that message has come to you and looking at that message or that call, you thinking that Narendra Modi is going to invite you for a cabinet post, you picked up that call. Why are you taking a call from a completely unknown person on WhatsApp? What is the purpose? Now, I see a lot of people looking at WhatsApp while moving on the road, and I say, boss, why don't you stand at the corner of the road, side of the road, and read your message? I asked one fellow, do you think in the next cabinet expansion your name is there and you are in such a hurry to see whether you are part of that cabinet list or not? What is that hurry? Just think twice before clicking. But no. We are in such a hurry because we are so much greedy. Because we are so much greedy or we are so much fearful. Both the things. We are either greedy or we are fearful, and that's how we are becoming a victim of a cyber crime. Now, what are those typical cyber crimes we are becoming a victim? One of them is what we call as watering hole attack. Watering hole attack. Can somebody tell me what can be a watering hole attack? Any idea? Anybody? What is a watering hole attack? बताइए sir, what is a watering hole attack? Please tell me, sir.
So these are Greek and Latin for us. I think you're the best. If you can let us
No, this is plain English, sir. This is plain English. We are on a CSI forum where everybody claims, those who are not only in this meeting, otherwise also expert. When I look at CSI groups, they are offering such a legal advice on each and every topic. Even a high court judge will find it hard to even speak that kind of a thing. तो अब ये तो मैंने पूछा है, आपको बताना ही पड़ेगा सर.
Sir, I would like to answer your question.
Your name, please, sir.
Samir Dasakar.
Yes, Samir, please.
So actually, a water holing attack is a type of computer strategy, sir. It is an a social engineering attack, where attackers will first try to understand what is the primary website a particular organization uses. And then with many other types of attacks, they will infect the particular website with malware. And then when the other victim will be using that website, so the malware will automatically get downloaded.
My screen is visible to you?
Yes.
Hello?
Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Unfortunately.
No, screen
So
is
you
not
can see some kind of an attack happening. Unfortunately, this is some problem always with these Google Meet and all that. They sharing is
We can
bad.
only see your face, sir. We can't see the screen right now, but we can see you.
That is what I wanted to avoid. I am not such a pretty fellow, you know. I wanted to show something. I think there is one way to do it. Okay. Is it now visible? No.
No, sir.
Okay, let me just give me a. Another second. Somehow I think it should not happen. Oh,
Yeah.
it is now visible.
Tag,
Yes.
drinking water.
Yes, you are using it. So what happened, sir? Could you realize? See it again, sir. What happened?
Oh, I
Today is taken the tiger.
That's all. Nothing else.
Yeah, it pulled it inside the water, and now it will have it as it.
This is what the watering hole attack is all about. So in a jungle, if you want to attack, if you are an attacker, you are a criminal, what is the best place to hide and attack? Watering hole. Because everybody is coming to the watering hole to fetch water. There is no option. Distillery तो मिलता नहीं है जंगल में. पानी पीने के लिए इधर होल पर ही आना पड़ेगा. मिस्टर समीर.
Yes, yes, sir.
ठीक है. So this is what I was talking in terms of the watering hole attack. I was not talking about any scientific difficult theory. Now suddenly I moved from cyber to jungle and watering hole. Why? Because on the internet also there are so many watering holes. So now what is the answer? It should be easier now. Can you tell me one of the watering hole on the internet? That should be easy. Samir?
हाँ, sir.
He is
I'm
enjoying
also
it.
thinking
You are
about
angry. So, what is the watering hole on the internet? Is there a, can you relate a watering hole on the internet?
Sir, from a technical perspective, we can say that any website that has got vulnerable components embedded in it, right?
Sir.
And potentially which could be used to conduct supply chain compromise attacks as well. It could also be understood as a water holing strategy.
Sir, I am talking something very, very simple. I am not talking that complicated because there are people who may not be very much interested on a weekend technology. You see, it is the social.
Fake domains could be
It is the social media platforms which are the watering hole.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so for example, your Facebook. The whole world is converging on this Facebook thing, which has, I believe, 2 Arab, subscribers, and whatever is being talked about on the Facebook, when people are submerged into Facebook, they are absolutely cut off from the world and they can be attacked. See, in your 5,000 friends list, there can be some crocodiles, and looking at your vulnerability, they can attack you and take you down. Is it not that the case?
Right, right.
So today you are feeling a little low because you have had a fight in your family and you are now sharing this whole thing on your timeline to your friends, and now these friends are actually not your friends because out of those 5,000, there might be a couple of people known to you, maybe having some good feeling about you, not everybody. Now your vulnerability is very well known to the people who are not friendly to you, and some of them can, in the name or in the garb of providing you some solution, can make fool of you, isn't it? So that is what we call as a watering hole attack. So somebody became very friendly, a lonely lady, from a guy who is industrialist, an NRI in America, and then he sent a 1 crore rupees gift to that lady because they were, you know, दो जिस्म मगर एक जान है, हम फेसबुक पर हो गया. Now that courier came and they got a call from the courier that sweet lady, that 1 crore gift has arrived. Just it has got stuck in custom, 5 lakh रुपया देना पड़ेगा. She thought 95 is still with me. Even if my friend doesn't pay me that 5 lakh rupees, I'm going to get 95 lakh rupees. She paid, and that custom gone, that courier gone, and that friend gone. So this is what we are talking about, watering hole attacks. I mean, we can keep on going on things. So today, since we have a very limited time, I would like to wind up with just a couple of minutes on the cyber law side, not more than that, because we have very, very limited time and we need to give some time for the questions also. So we have a cyber law which was enacted in 2000. Now this cyber law is pretty comprehensive. It protects the sensitive personal information, and anybody who is having sensitive personal data, any organization, I mean to say, which includes the society, partnership firm, any kind of a company or any organization which is collecting sensitive personal data, if that data is breached, if that data theft happens, the person who has lost his data can claim compensation and fine up to 5 crore. तो कंप्यूटर सोसाइटी का 16,000 मेंबर्स का डेटा अगर चोरी होता है तो कंप्यूटर सोसाइटी पे 16 into 5 करोड़ का दावा ठोक सकते हैं, हैदराबाद में जाके, दिल्ली में जाके, बॉम्बे में जाके, wherever they have got an office. So that is what the existing law is. The next law, the PDP, is before the parliament and it is likely to come up in some time, which says equivalent to 4% of the global turnover is going to be the fine. So British Airways very recently got fined 20 million pounds because there was a data breach from the British Airways. 20 million pounds was the fine. And obviously in our country, there is a jail term of 3 years. All the offences under the IT Act are cognizable, meaning after the FIR, no further warrant is required, police can come and arrest. Plain and simple. In the case of pornography, the jail term is 5 to 7 years and bail would be difficult. And that is what Raj Kundra has gone in. And Shilpa Shetty is saying that whatever police is saying, Raj Kundra was dealing in not pornography, but what? Erotica. Because obscenity is in section 67 of the IT Act, which says 3 to 5 years bail मिल सकता है. So that is what he is trying to play with words very simply to arrange a bail for her husband, knowing fully well that he was dealing in pornography. समझ गए ना? अब राज कुंद्रा केस क्लियर हो गया आपके माइंड में? He was creating pornographic material, distributing it online through email, through app, which is having the punishment from 5 to 7 years. Child pornography is prohibited viewing even in private. अगर आपके घर में child pornography है, 7 साल की सजा, no bail. So that is what the law is pretty strict. And obviously there are so many issues we can keep on discussing. Today we have a time limitation. Thank you very much for organizing this session. I hope I haven't bored you a little too much. Now it's open to question answers and over to organizers. Thank you.
So wonderful, sir. It is really very good. In fact, few of our questions are, mind-probing and intriguing. First, when you ask, what is your value? First time I started, thinking about it. Maybe you're right. When somebody sends a gift coupon or something free, you don't mind filling any data that whatever field is there, you will fill it. Name, ID, sex, address, everything. Okay, and I think we should be very, very careful. This is definitely an eye opener to many of us on this program. Really.
Sir, please understand. In India, even if you have just somebody's date of birth and the time of birth, you can create an entire horoscope. We have this art and science as part of our Indian culture. And once I have the horoscope of the person, I actually know about him fully. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, sharing your date of birth is equivalent to your password. If you look at your bank statement or your income tax return, which they send you as PDF, the standard password is your PAN card number with your date of birth, etc. And that's all. If somebody knows your income tax details, he knows quite a bit about you, which you are trying to hide.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. So we now know how susceptible we are. Now, I think we need to be very, 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 very careful.
So any other question?
It's also difficult, as you said, the horoscopes have been read. Most of the companies look into the date of birth, understand which month, year, what is their characteristics, and whether they suit to the company. I think this has been happening for quite some time, though not into the horoscope end, but yes, people are looking into that. Thank you, sir. That's a good
No, my parents have been very smart.
Anuj,
So my actual date of birth is not by my official date of birth is.
In fact, the olden days,
Mr.
we had
Anuj.
two date of births.
Anuj, ignorance of law is not a bliss. Ignorance of law is not a bliss. Most of the children do not know about these laws.
Yes.
So I request our team to see to that it reaches the end user, the last mile student. Anuj, you have to just spend more time in making this go to all the children of all the colleges which are linked with CSI. Because they may do this in ignorance, which is punishable. So I request the organizers and the team to take this further so that every child will be in a position to know about it.
So what we can do is we can have a session with one person from each school, say in a state or maybe a wider area, and it is train the trainer, which had been the CSI concept since ever. Because no one person or not even CSI, all CSI members can reach out to so many people. So what we need to do is we need to create more awareness among people who can take it further down the line. So for example, vice principal or the coordinator of one school or the IT teacher or somebody who is interested and who can do it, we can involve in a seminar. And webinar is one good thing that, without spending much money, we can involve, say, 500 or even 1,000 people in one go, because time is money. And for me also, like today I am in the background I am actually training the Arunachal police. So that training is going on since yesterday for 2 days. I am speaking with you and I am getting continuous call because there is another ISACA seminar from 3 to 4 and they are asking for my presentation, which I am yet to prepare in the format. So I am saying we can put this very important suggestion, because the children are the most vulnerable. So we must take this message, and that is the CSI motto always, irrespective of whatever group is in power or not, that motto remains the same. I am very sure about that. Nobody can deny that. Okay, so we organize this kind of a program where we can train the trainers, and obviously then they are supposed to take it to their schools and even village or mohalla or wherever, town hall, RWA, etc. I think it's a good suggestion.
Dr. Anuj, I have a question for you. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Yes.
Now, particularly regarding, we have a very good cyber law in India, and as you said, we have the punishment up to 5 years, 3 years, but I have not seen the culprit being prosecuted in this fashion. Very, very less. Now we should do something regarding this. What is
I
your?
think you should write to the Chief Justice of India in this regard, because that is not about the cyber law. That is the overall scenario. So I think, as a democracy, obviously some people are misutilizing the lenient democratic setup we have, which is also required. Otherwise, a lot of innocent people can become victim of mechanization of foxes in the system. I mean, this is another kind of a thing, very debatable, but this is not the IT forum. It should be different thing. This is with almost all kind of.
Yeah.
So I think we have a very different forum today. We can always
thank
but
you,
let's have a
Anuj.
different forum.
Yeah. Thank you, Anuj, for that wonderful presentation. I'm Narasimha Rao. And one thing is that prevention is better than cure. That's the best method. And the second that I would say, I would ask you a simple question is, if somebody is going to put my phone number and other details on different websites without my consent, does it come under the identity theft?
You see, it is because a personal data can be anything which can lead to profiling of the person at the end of the day, which includes the phone number also. But there is another aspect that typically we keep on sharing our phone number on the website and through our business cards, etc., to the whole world. Well, it is true that I am giving, for example, to Narasimha, or I am giving it to Chandra for his usage. Well, it may happen that he gives to his secretary, and then part of some for something he puts it on the CSI website. Okay, we have this expert panel, whatever. So somewhere down the line, the law differentiate between what we call as personal information and sensitive personal information. And for the time being, a phone number is not a sensitive personal information, but yes, it is a personal information because it is, each phone number is tied to a person.
Correct. Thank you. I think everyone should also remember that our identities are our email ID and phone number and any other government ID cards. It's because all the banks and financial institutions are connected only through your email and the phone number. Thank you.
Idea advertisement used to be like this only, na, sir? An idea can change your life. The phone number is always your identity now. Abhi to we recognize people, including family members, through the phone numbers only.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I think that is
Wonderful
when,
session.
I think that is when the people have started using two numbers, one for the financial transactions, another for the social connect.
See, that's one good way, one jugaad way, to avoid sharing important number to public. Yes, that's a good way. Any other query?
Anuj, I would also request you from the CSI part to have certain documents, which is related to the cyber law and kind of do's and don'ts, which can be designed and maybe shared with the student community, because they are the next people who will be more vulnerable, though we all are, because right now they are not into much of financial transactions much, but in future they may. So I think this awareness, this kind of a document or kind of a set, I would request you to be a part of it in concising things for the student community.
We can always do it. That is always a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And that is one of the prime objective of the CSI had been always, and will remain always.
Venkat, I remember just sharing some book where in every day they have been just giving one quote, how to just keep yourself safe. Ireland, can you share that book once again so that we can give it all to people?
That CDAC diary.
When I was in right, I think we need not reinvent the wheel every time. Lot of information is readily available on different government websites and all, which can be freely used. I think Anuji has also shared a lot of, he's also having a YouTube channel which can also be shared with all the members on a day-to-day basis. And my personal opinion is that when I was in CDAC, I used to share all the printed material with the government money. So now I'm with the Cyberspace Foundation, so money is also being constrained everywhere. So I would suggest that the e-copies which are available on the websites and other things which are free to be used, like on the cybercrime.gov.in also we have a lot of content being shared. So all that can be collated, and you also have the Cyber Dost, which the MHA is also doing it. So a lot of content is available which needs
Content I think is already there. There is absolutely no need to do it again and again. And now because of the Google access being available to everybody, so I'm saying everybody has access. The only thing is to put it in a perspective which can be done through seminars and meetings, because even if there is a lot of material available, probably people are finding it difficult to both. So I think
my request to you both is, can you just consolidate some important information and then just give it to Venkat so that we can just pass it on to all the children?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, because
I am in
We
Manoj
will
both.
take this offline.
Yeah.
Venkat.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah,
it up.
everybody please, let the, host, yeah. Sir, Anuji, there is a question put in the chat. Mr. Shajia Hoda, he says, one question, is it possible to investigate without the link if sharing of mobile was related but short available? That's in the chat.
I could not understand this question.
Mr. Shajia, do you think you can ask the question directly? Unmute yourself and ask.
Okay, the question is it possible to investigate without the link if sharing of mobile was deleted but screenshots available?
No, I did that, but go next. I can read that. That is there in the chat box.
Yes.
This question I am not able to comprehend.
Right.
What is the context? What context this question is being put? What does it really mean?
Yeah, Anuji, may,
Clear me. Sir, I
maybe
think
it is,
that is interesting.
Sir, please, let all of us not speak at the same time. Let the speaker speak, and the question will ask me to speak. As I'm the host, let me speak.
Today it has been again a very interesting discussion, and with the CSI, it had been a long time. I haven't been part of any CSI program, so अच्छा लगा और बहुत अच्छा लगा, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि हम सभी लोग CSI में अपने निजी लाभ हानि को थोड़ा सा कम करके, और CSI के जो ओवरऑल ऑब्जेक्टिव हैं पिछले 50 सालों से भी ज्यादा, उसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे और निजी मामलों को निजी तरह से निपटेंगे। वो CSI के प्लेटफॉर्म को अपने घर की कुश्ती को निपटाने के लिए नहीं इस्तेमाल करेंगे। तो ऐसा मेरा मानना है। आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है सभी लोगों से, आप किसी भी ग्रुप में हो, गुट में हो, बहुत अच्छी बात है, अपने ग्रुप में रहें, अपने गुट में रहें, और अपने ग्रुप और गुट को दंगल को, CSI को उसका दंगल नहीं बनाएं। ऐसी मेरी आपसे
थैंक यू सर। आई थिंक
कामना है।
थैंक यू अनुज जी।
फिर मिलते हैं।
Sir, let us
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Sir, let us formally close this. May I request Mr. Manas Patnaik, our treasurer, to propose vote of thanks? Manas ji?
It is a great pleasure.
And also some
it is a great pleasure.
Carry on, sir. Manas ji.
Yeah, it is a great pleasure to give vote of thanks on behalf of CSI. As you know, this is the third webinar within a month since we started the series, where topics like RSI, blockchain, cybercrime. I'm happy to see that the number of participants are increasing. I'm thankful to Anuj ji for enlightening us with his knowledge on cybercrime and how to protect yourself against using simple principle. He really explained it in a very simple manner. I would like to thank all the esteemed members of CSI and all the participants. Thank you very much. for all your support. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manasji. Thank you, Anuj ji.
Can we have the
Thank you very much. We will definitely catch up at the earliest.
So can we have the
Venkat, yes, you want to say something?
Can we have the cameras on of all?
Photo.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, please enable your videos. We'll take a photograph and then the speaker himself, Sergi.
Yeah, that's great. I think some more people, if you can switch on your camera so that we can just take a snap. This is a wonderful session, sir.
Done?
So take the concern, Venkat, because without the concern, sharing the photograph also comes under identity theft.
Alan, that's exactly when I had this concern asking if anybody could switch it on. This has been recorded. Thank you for that. I think this is a question like I would have expected from somebody to speak. And I was pretty sure you would ask for this.
Yeah, Kunduji want to say something.
Yes.
So please, pick. You are muted.
He is secured.
No, I think here, sir.
Kunduji,
Subramanian sir.
Kunduji, you are too much secured with your audio. If you can unmute yourself, we would be able to hear you.
And break the firewall.
Yeah, good sessions, sir. Congratulations for the discussor for organizing such a good sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh ji. Thank you.
I think we have to reach more number of people, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, the
Which
main.
is very, very less.
Yes. But over the last, this is the third such program. But now, today we have a bigger number. I think we are increasing gradually. I think we should increase in a faster rate. Acceleration must be there. We will work out. We will work out.
Great.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Venkat, you can
Yeah.
close the session for all.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Sincere thanks to you.